It's time to take a ride on the Steelers Afternoon Drive with our co-hosts, Alan Saunders and Zachary Smith.
Hello, welcome back to another episode of Steelers Afternoon Drive. I'm Zachary Smith. That is Alan Saunders. Alan, we got something different going on today.
Yeah, we're gonna cash in on the social media unboxing trend. Just open.
There you go.
Open what's in the box.
Oh, you haven't even taken a look at this yet. All right, mine is like
not even opened.
Mine is plated and
you got well. That's good. So we've got a visual presentation here. Take a picture for the thumbnail also before you get nuts.
Right, I got.
But what we're doing today is it's Monday Night Football. Normally our episodes come out around 6. Monday Night Football happens 2.5 hours later. That's not a whole lot of time for y'all to listen to or watch the episode, and anything we say is going to be useless right after the game. So we're just going totally off the rails here. And Russel Wilson has a new sandwich at Primanti's called the DangeRuss, and we decided that we need to review it and let you know whether it's good or it's bad. I will say this: whether it is good or bad, a portion of the proceeds are being donated to Pittsburgh Children's Hospital, which is good, even if the sandwich is bad. But you should know if you're going to like it also. And so we'll do this. But first, Minnie, what is your normal Primanti's order? Let's get the people like where we're coming from in our Primanti Brothers headspace before we give our full review here.
No, that's good. And I was going to ask you the same thing as what you would normally get. I actually rotate around. I mean, the Pittsburgher, the classic one, that was the first one that I ever tried from there. And for a while, I was just sticking with that. But man, the roast beef, very good. They have a sirloin steak one that is very good. I've gone to the turkey a few times right now, along with the DangeRuss being a featured item because of just I think it was just after last Sunday's game, right? They decided to come out with it. But they do the Thanksgiving one as well every this time of year. They start doing that, and I've had that one already this season as well. So I have a few that I rotate. I would say unless I've had it too recently, the roast beef is probably the one that I'm going to first and foremost. I will say too as well, and I got a lot of comments about this already. I don't do the coleslaw and tomatoes, so a lot of people say I'm not getting the full experience anyway. So it's good that we're here together because you do. So, Alan, first off, what is your go-to Primanti's order?
I do have two. I kind of go back and forth. I like the capicola and the pastrami. Okay. Those are the two that I kind of go back and I almost always get double meat and add an egg. That's like my usual.
Oh yeah, yep. No, I gotta add that as well. Yep.
Cap and egg double meat or pastrami and egg double meat. Also, though, unusually, I would say that my average time of day of consuming Primanti Brothers is probably about 12:15 a.m. For me, this is a very
12-hour.
I'm eating Primanti's and the sun is out. That is usually not the way it's going, and so I don't know. We'll see. This may be the soberest I've ever been for a Primanti Brothers sandwich. To not have at least one beer, pretty unusual. Pretty unusual.
We have one 2 miles from my house, so it's actually in the Friday family dinner rotation. We get it pretty regularly. We enjoy it. And it's not just the sandwiches. I think they got pretty good wings as well.
Pizza. I'm a pizza snob. Primanti Brothers pizza is not bad, and they often have a special during a Penguins game or something. You can get a slice for $1.50 or something like that. It's worth your while. It's worth your while.
Absolutely. So I've kind of started to show you what I got going on here. This is what it looks like, obviously, without the coleslaw and tomato. That's what we're working with on the inside there. The content of it, I don't know if we've discussed actually. I'll
go ahead
break
with
that down as
menu
as
I'm unboxing here.
Ham, bacon.
Very nice box.
It is ham, bacon, salami, and pepperoni, as well as the fries, the cheese, and then of course coleslaw and tomato. If that is up your alley, it's not necessarily up mine. But Alan did get it with that, so Alan's getting the full experience here.
Look at
that
beast.
Listen. I feel like there's
so much there.
Yeah. So I figured, with how tall mine was, yours with the added tomato and coleslaw was going to be.
It's impressive. It's impressive. There's no other way to say it. This is a large sandwich. I'm not finishing this. I will admit that right now. There's no chance.
Okay. So, all right, we've talked about what is on the sandwich. We've talked about what we normally get from Primanti's. I think we just kind of have to dive in, and this is going to be a very interesting portion of this because, like, for the people that are just listening, they're going to be like, "What's going on? Like, why are these guys just chewing in our ears right now?" But that's what's about to take place. Where you should take a bite of the sandwich, and then we're going to break it down for you. The bite.
It might take a couple bites to kind of get all the stuff. There's so much going on here with the bacon and the salami, the pepperoni.
I'm curious. I'm curious what you think, because to me, I think it adds a nice crisp to it that there's the fries on there and the bacon, obviously. But I think from a flavor profile standpoint, and again, this could be different for you because of the coleslaw and tomato, I think like the salami and pepperoni kind of trump it all. I don't necessarily taste a whole lot of the ham or bacon when I take a bite.
I got a lot of bacon in the first bite. The second bite, not so much. I think that's the thing here. I think you have so many meats, you're going to kind of get a different flavor every bite. The ham is definitely getting lost in there. There's no question about that. It could be gone, and I don't think I would notice. The pepperoni's not very spicy. I've never had pepperoni on a Primanti sandwich. I could use a little heat in here because I feel like you have a lot of similar flavors. Like they're all like sort of in the same meat. Like differentiating what's what is kind of difficult.
I think the thing for me, I don't know, obviously it could be different because again, we don't necessarily have the exact same sandwich here. I'm looking at it, I'm kind of breaking down my sandwich now, taking the top off and seeing what we got underneath here.
That is a ton of meat.
Yeah, I have very little ham on here to begin with though. There's quite a bit of pepperoni here on this. And I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be built, but that's what I'm looking at.
I feel like I have mostly even proportions.
Okay. What are the coleslaw and tomato doing for you?
The same as almost every other pepperoni, every other Primanti sandwich. I'm not noticing them working any differently here. I will say this: there's a lot of meat on this. Like I'm normally a double meat guy. I can't imagine this sandwich. Like, there's no chance. Like it's death. Like you're getting essentially what is a double meat portion here.
You know what you'd have to do
with the regular sandwich.
If you got it double meat, I think what you'd have to do is take the bread, like have it open faced. Like
I don't know how.
Faced.
I would if I ordered it again, I would get an egg on it. I didn't because I just wanted to have it like the way it comes. But I would get an egg on it. And the other thing I do at Primanti's, and I don't know if you're a pickle guy or not, but they do have the gigantic pickles. And that's nice too.
Is that doing anything post sandwich bite? Is that adding?
Oh yeah. Okay. You get this much meat. Honestly, the coleslaw does a lot because it's just too much richness of all this meat. You need to get some acid going there. It's like, you got to balance it out. I'm a fan of that. I do think we could use some spice. Could use some red devil sauce here, maybe.
It says something about adding sauce on it. I don't know what it is. It said like add tall boy sauce on the options when I was ordering it. Yeah. So I don't know what that is or what that would do for it, but something to keep in mind as well.
Now, I plan on asking Russel Wilson this week if he had any say in the ingredients of this. Do you think Russ would eat one of these?
Unprompted, probably not, but I feel like he has to now.
And I feel like Russ is also the good soldier that will just like eat whatever he's told to eat for like whatever. Like how many Subway sandwiches do you think he ate over the course of that ad campaign versus how many do you think he's eaten since? Like I bet it was a whole bunch and now zero. Russ strikes me as a guy who would be a little more health conscious than bacon, salami, pepperoni, and ham. Like I just
that's a lot. That is a lot.
Russ is in pretty good shape for a 35-year-old man. I'm guessing he's not putting away these ingredients in this combination very frequently.
However, this is something that I could construct. Although, like we said, I don't know that the ham needed to be a part of this, and I don't know that it really tastes like it is.
Yeah, I'm not sure about bacon and salami and pepperoni in general, to be honest.
I guess that's what's interesting about it, because if Russ didn't have a hand in this, what were they pulling the ingredients from? Like, what was the inspiration?
I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't have any sort of obvious, like, if you were going to make a sandwich about, I don't know, TJ Watt, and then you made it with, like, ham and, like, melted Wisconsin cheddar, right? Then you'd be like, okay, like, there's a connection to where he's. I don't see any obvious connection to, like, the person or where he's from here. It's just like, these are some tasty ingredients in a combination we don't currently have on the menu.
Well, okay, to be honest, though, you kind of pulled me in with that Wisconsin cheddar. Like, can we make that happen?
Like a Primanti sandwich with, like, a beer cheese sauce? Like a Wisconsin cheddar beer cheese sauce on a Primanti sandwich? I would.
You're still sitting in the parking lot at that Primanti's, right?
Yeah, I can just go back.
You walk back.
Like, look.
I got an idea.
Look. Can we try this?
Okay. Also, you mentioned it, and I would like to touch on it as well. $1 going to the Children's Hospital for every one of these that sells, which is awesome. But I don't know that it's been highlighted enough as well. Russ has been there every single Tuesday. They call it Tuesdays with Russ. And just like the way that he's ingrained himself within that, making that a staple of his week, somebody that obviously has like scheduled his weeks out, especially during the season, probably hard to find time, continuing to do that and the dedication to do so. I mean, I don't know that we speak highly enough about that. And for somebody that's only been here for, months, it's really awesome to see the way that he's done that.
Yeah, John Krasinski, who's the editor of Pittsburgh Soccer now, important member of our family, who actually wrote a Steelers story because he is a Giants fan.
That's the one I saw, yeah.
And wrote a good story about his grandfather being a Giants fan and how there's a lot of family ties between the Steelers and the Giants, the Rooneys and the Maras, obviously. And also just told a story about his grandfather and his sort of Giants fandom. Good stuff up there at SteelersNow.com if you want to check that out. But John, in his day job, is a volunteer coordinator for Children's Hospital. And he said, like, they've been joking with Russ that he's there so much that, like, he basically just needs, like, a name tag and a regular shift, where, like, he's basically a regular volunteer at Children's Hospital. Pretty incredible stuff. Like, not just, like, look, he's a famous guy. He's got lots of money. Like, no one, not to, like, stereotype, but like if I get a press release, it's like, oh, the Steelers are going to some soup kitchen. I mean, in my head, I'm like, all right, which 3 guys from the practice squad are going to be there? Like
Aaron Champlin.
To have a guy who's like a huge star. I mean, and look, Cam Hayward sets the tone for the organization in this regard, and certainly, and in fact, has been doing his Cam's Kindness Week all week. But to see someone new to the team, new to the organization, new to the area, that big of a star come in and be like, yeah, I want to spend every Tuesday volunteering at Children's Hospital. To me, that's pretty eye-opening and goes a long way to talk about the kind of person that Russell Wilson is. I know that we've talked a lot about, like, him kind of not fitting into a couple locker rooms before here and the reasons why. Certainly isn't because Russ is a bad guy. I mean, you see what all he's done in the community in a short time here. You've seen what he's done in other stops, and I think that's pretty clear.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's awesome to see and excited for that to continue for them as well. And this is a great partnership. Again, very interested to get more information from his side, like if this was his call in terms of what went on the sandwich, or if there was any say at all, or maybe reach out to somebody from Primanti's and try to figure out why they went with what they did if it wasn't Russ's call. I need more information in terms of what went into this sandwich.
We're going to talk to Russ. There's going to be a follow-up here. We're going to talk to Russ later this week. And I figured the bye was a very good time to borrow 5 minutes of the quarterback's time to talk about a sandwich. But we're gonna approach that here this week.
Okay, so when we rate Steelers afternoon rides on here, it's typically out of 6 Lombardis. Should we stick within that same threshold
I
for
think
the
we
sandwich?
should. I think we should. Yeah.
Okay, because I was just saying, there's not necessarily the thing with doing that, going from 10 to 6 in terms of like a scale. There's not much wiggle room there. Like they could be very closely knit in terms of where our ratings fall here. You got more going on with yours, so I'll let you save yours. I will go first on this. This is a very good sandwich. Let me start by saying that. Again, I don't know that everything within this brings something to the table. I think they could do without the ham. I think it's very interesting in terms of what they put together. I would get this again. Like you, I would add egg to this. I would also maybe like to see something, like you said, turn up the heat a little bit. Wish they had maybe spicier pepperoni on this. Oh, you know what would have been good maybe is if they had like the pepperoni still, as long as it were spicy. But I wonder, don't they have like a spicy, like an Italian sausage or something?
Capicola. How about capicola instead of the ham?
Yeah, right. Yeah. There you go. So maybe if you could, honestly, Primanti should probably have a build your own section anyway in terms of this. But again, this is just a suggestion, Primanti's. But no, I think it's very good. It would definitely be part of my regular rotation. I think if it were going to stick around again, I think it needs egg added to it. I would say that for any of the sandwiches that I get, I'm going to go with a 4.5 Lombardis out of 6.
I really enjoyed this more than I thought I was going to. I didn't think the ingredients like necessarily like screamed like, yes, put me together. It is a lot. And I think you're getting good value for like the ingredients compared to like, and I know bacon's expensive, like the ingredients compared to the price, good value. I would order it again. I would definitely get an egg. I'm not sure I like it better than sort of my Primanti staples.
Right. Yeah.
And so I'm with you on that. I think I'll go 4 Lombardis out of 6. Definitely would eat it again. It's solid. This isn't something that I think should like, oh my gosh, it has to stay in the menu or something like that. Like it's okay. I'll eat it while it's here. And I'm not a huge frequenter of Primanti's. This is a sometimes food. I don't know. Have we looked up the nutrition facts here? That probably would have been a good thing to add to this this equation. But if I go back to Primanti's while it's still around, I'd order it again.
Yeah. It's interesting. What else? Yeah, add tall boy sauce, which is interesting.
I don't know what that is. Somebody knows more than me. Let us know.
Yeah.
Pickle's very good.
But okay, there we go. Any parting thoughts?
Yeah. Let us know what you think. Go try one. It's for a good cause, and cholesterol notwithstanding. And let us know what you think, and let us know if you want us to do more only tangentially football-related episodes.
You know what's depressing about this, though, is I was supposed to get an Arnold Palmer with this. Like I tried to let's bring, and they didn't have it. They didn't have any, so they gave me a Coke instead. Like this would have been really, like other than Turner's tea, right? Like I was trying to get as Pittsburgh as possible. I saw Arnold Palmer as an option there. I was like, yep, that's what we'll do, and then they didn't have it, so that's unfortunate. But excited for Monday Night Football. I'm excited for you guys to try this sandwich. As I said, I think you should go out and get one. $1 for every single one that is sold going to the Children's Hospital, which is absolutely awesome. Alan will be covering Monday Night Football. I'll obviously be in attendance. Alan, until then, tell the people they can find you.
Yeah, at @Saunders_PGH on X, Instagram, and TikTok. PGH Steelers Now is the site's account, SteelersNow.com. That's where all the stuff from me at the game will be posted. I'll be there with Brendan Howe and Ed Thompson. Then back here on the YouTube channel and on your podcast feeds with Mike Geika after Monday Night Football. So make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications here on YouTube so you don't miss anything from the whole Steelers Now team.
Matt back in the building. Love to see it. And
DB
will be at the game.
Go check out John's story at SteelersNow.com too. It's really good.
There you go. Absolutely check that out. As Alan said, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell here. Hit us in the comments with your thoughts on the sandwich once you try it. Question for a future episode, all that good stuff. Hit us up on TikTok if you're wherever your listening platforms are, Apple, Spotify. Just search Steelers Afternoon Drive. Use a 5-star review and subscribe over there. And then find me everywhere, Zachary Smith, PGH, for Alan Saunders and myself. Until next time, thanks for jumping in. Take another ride on the Steelers Afternoon Drive.